Europe today definitely is the most connected and integrated continent in the world. And oh boy, there are many unions between nations, such as the European Union, which then has the Eurozone. Montenegro and Kosovo also use the Euro, even though they are not in the European Union. The Schengen area and the European Union customs in it. Then you also have the European Economic Area. After that, you have the smaller unions, such as the Benelux, European Free Trade Association, the Baltic Assembly, the Nordic Council, the Black Sea Economic Cooperation, the Guam, the Central European Free Trade Agreement, and the Ultimate Council of Europe, which has all European nations in it except Vatican City, Kosovo, and Belarus. Wow, just listing all the agreements took a giant chunk of my script. This video will be about the history of the European agreements, and soon there will be another video or two that would explain how Europe in reality works. Okay, the first part of the European integration started right after World War II. The three countries of Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg thought the borders really suck, and why not just remove them? And then they did just that, forming the Benelux Union. After that, in 1949, the Council of Europe was created, which back then was very small, with countries very few, and was mostly focusing on civil rights and trade deals, but it didn't do much in the beginning. In 1952, the industries of these European nations were really booming too. What resources they needed to, they decided coal and steel would do. What? And thus creating the European Coal and Steel Community, which was the foundation of what today is the European Union. Then they saw that coal and steel was doing good, so off they go signing the Treaty of Rome, creating the European Economic Community and the European Atomic Energy Community, as that was the time of developing nuclear technology, which they thought would play a big role in the future, so they created the Euratom. In 1967, the European Commission, then called the European Community, formed, and in 1973, the European Community found a problem. Some other countries like the UK, Denmark, Ireland, and Norway would like to join too. Back in the day, there were no laws that would make a country eligible to join, so even though France was opposed to UK joining, as France considered UK to be too close to America, the UK, Denmark, and Ireland joined, but Norway decided not to. By 1986, Greece, Spain, and Portugal joined, as the long-lasting dictatorships in the Iberian Peninsula ended, and in 1985, the Schengen Agreement was signed, which basically transformed everything in the Benelux, except UK and Ireland, where borders really had to go and people and goods had to freely flow. After the fall of communism, there was a huge chunk of land in Eastern Europe that could join the European community. So in 1993, they signed the Copenhagen Criteria, a criteria that all countries wishing to join need to fulfill. So in 1995, Austria, Sweden, and Finland joined the party. Wow, we are entering a new millennia! And what better way to celebrate than adding a new banknote that 95 countries would use? As in 2002, the euro finally became the official currency of most of the EU. When other countries saw how the EU does really well, they thought that they shall be in it too. So in 2004, the EU had the largest enlargement ever, with 10 new members. In 2007, Romania and Bulgaria joined, and there was the Lisbon Treaty, which basically just reformed the entire structure of the EU and added like a bunch of new people in the government. Then the EU won the Nobel Prize. Okay, and 2003, Croatia was the last country to join the EU. I mean, for now. Now, in the last decade, Europe had really a lot of problems. There was the Euro debt crisis, the massive immigration from Africa and Asia, and that basically created a breeding ground for nationalist Eurosceptical parties, which made some people wishing to leave the EU, which was the exact thing that happened to the UK, even though now polls actually say that most Brits want to go back. Oh, and actually before all of this, in 1946, Winston Churchill gave that United States of Europe speech. Well, it is a good idea, but Europe is the most diverse continent, with dozens of cultures and languages, and none are like much bigger than others, so UC will probably never form, but hey, anything can happen.